My grandfather began requesting the same specific Scentsy candle every week. I thought he was losing his memory until I saw his secret photo album. For the last 4 months, my 80-year-old grandfather had become obsessed with a very specific, inexpensive vanilla lavender candle. Every time I went to the store, he would insist I buy 3 or 4 more. His small apartment was becoming a haze of purple wax, and he would sit in his armchair for hours, just staring at the flickering flame. I started to worry that his mind was starting to wander. He had always been a sharp, active man who loved gardening and chess, but now he seemed completely disconnected from the present. My parents told me it was just a quirk of aging, but I felt like I was watching him fade away into a cloud of artificial perfume. The silence between us grew as he stopped asking about my college classes or my job. He was always resting, but he never seemed to sleep. I began to fear that he was giving up or that he was trapped in a cycle of loneliness that I couldn't break through. He kept a small, locked wooden box on his nightstand that he would clutch whenever I tried to open the curtains to let in the sunlight. I felt like a stranger in his home, unable to reach the man who had taught me how to ride a bike and tie my shoes. I was terrified that his obsession was actually a sign that he was preparing to say goodbye. Yesterday, while he was napping, the box accidentally slipped off the nightstand and popped open. I felt a surge of guilt as I reached down to gather the contents, but my eyes caught a glimpse of a black and white photograph I had never seen before. It wasn't a photo of our family. It was a picture of a small, sun-drenched flower shop in a city far away, with a young woman standing in the doorway holding a bouquet of lavender and vanilla orchids. I realized then that the scent wasn't just a random preference. It was the exact smell of the shop where he had met my grandmother 60 years ago. I turned the page of the tiny album tucked inside and found a letter he had started writing to me. He wasn't losing his memory. He was desperately trying to hold on to it. He had been diagnosed with an early stage of a sensory condition that was slowly taking away his sense of smell, and he was terrified that if he forgot the scent of that flower shop, he would lose the clearest bridge he had left to the memory of the love of his life. He was using the candles to exercise his brain, trying to imprint that specific fragrance so deeply that he could carry it with him even when his senses failed. He wasn't retreating from the world. He was fighting to keep the most beautiful part of it alive. I realized that day that some secrets aren't kept to exclude us, but to protect a treasure that is far too precious for words.